Alright, so Jenny wanted me to make a video response about this Marine or former Marine that got killed in a bicycle accident in Chicago not too long ago.
Over the weekend.
Just over this weekend. And it was Sihing Shunyun that forwarded the article to Jenny, and she forwarded it to me. And it just got him to think about me and himself, you know, because we bike a lot, and I bike everywhere I go. Like, I'm always biking. I'm a big biker. And even Shunyun got in an accident like last year, or, you know, about a year ago.
Hit and run.
It was a hit and run. The guy just hit him and took off, and luckily Shunyun was okay. But the ambulance came and the police came.
His body broke the windshield. That's how hard the impact was.
He landed on the windshield and broke the windshield. But because of his martial arts training, you know, he was able to, you know, sustain, you know, the impact, and he came out okay. But as for myself, I've never gotten into any serious bicycle accident before. I've been biking, you know, like pretty much every single day for the last 14 years, and I always bike. You know, I love biking, and I don't wear a helmet because I don't like wearing a helmet, but I try to ride safe. And, you know, basically back to the story, you know, this Marine, he got killed in a bicycle accident. I think it happened around like 11:20 p.m. He was riding back from work, I believe it was. And the person that hit him was a drunk driver, and his alcohol level was way over. It was
the limit. 0.125 or something. It was
It was like 0.125, and the legal limit is 0.08. So he was like way over. You know what I'm saying? The legal limit. And he was a rich guy, you know. They said that he made like $135,000 a year, you know, and they gave him a $400,000 bail. And I think the people were complaining, saying like he shouldn't even gotten the opportunity to bail at all. I mean, he was just responsible for somebody else's death. The guy that died was a former Marine, and he worked at a restaurant. And he was only 28 years old.
And he wanted to become a chef.
He wanted to become a chef. And he had a girlfriend, and, you know, a mother that, you know, commented about the situation as well. And, you know, it's sad because it could very easily happen to me. And even my father, he bikes as well. Not as often as I do, but he goes for long bike rides. My bike rides now are pretty short. You know, it's just to and from work, which is really quick. But he would actually bike to work. Just like 3 days ago, he biked to work in the cold, and he biked over 10 miles to work. He bikes all the way from Skokie.
That's one way.
You know, all the way from Skokie all the way to downtown Chicago in the cold. You know, and it could have very easily been him. My uncle actually got in a bad bicycle accident like years back, where they pretty much like, I think they like almost broke, you know, they broke his leg almost or something, or he broke his leg. Like you know, he was riding down the street, and somebody just opened the car door on him, you know, and then he got badly injured. You know, my father, I'm not sure if he had any serious bicycle accidents, but after that happened to my uncle, he kind of got a little bit scared about riding, so he didn't ride as often anymore after that happened to my uncle. But my dad does ride his bike as well sometimes. But like I said, you know, I've been riding for so long, and, you know, and there was some comments left in the article. There was one idiot who left a very insensitive article saying something in the lines of, you know, these bikers shouldn't even be on the streets and stuff like that.
It's like, hey, the guy was drunk. What about that?
Hello? What's up, Dave? Let me double check. It's Wednesday. 2:30. see that. Yeah, fine. You know, so basically, you know, a person was being very insensitive, saying like, you know, bikers shouldn't even be on the road and all this other stuff. You know, and everybody like started lashing out on the guy, and you know, but basically the driver was drunk. It's clearly in the fault of the driver, and you know, this is another example of why people need to stop drinking or be very responsible with their drinking. Drinking and driving is just, you know, it's something that I'm against, and this is an example of why this is a horrible thing. And luckily it is against the law to drink and drive, and they don't support it. It's not like the police are encouraging you to drink and drive. No, they arrest you, and you know, they pull people over all the time for drinking and driving, which is, I think is a good thing, you know, that it's not supported by the law. But the people, you know, this is something that people have to be just realize, like what they're doing, what they could be doing to other people. You know, I mean, you're putting other people's lives in danger when you drink and drive. You know, but if you drink your own life away and you get alcohol poisoning, that's on you. At least you only kill yourself. But when you drink and drive, now you just took the life of somebody else. I think that's a horrible thing, and I know this happens, you know, every so often. You know, it was not too long ago, there's another cyclist that got killed as well. And you know, I've read stories. You know, we live in Chicago and there's a lot of traffic, and there's a lot of horrible drivers out there, and there's a chance you take when you start biking out there. But when you drive, there's also a lot of chances as well. There's a lot of car deaths as well. So, like, either way you go, you know, it's pretty dangerous out there. But it just gets me to think that, hey, you know, I gotta try to be as safe as I can when I bike, and just be smart, and don't take my life for granted. You know what I mean? Because it could happen at any time.
Update about the petition out. They didn't want him up for parole. A lot over. By now, should be at least about 6,000 people who signed the petition that he should not be getting parole.
Oh, really? Yeah. So, who knows what happens? Let's see if this guy will end up going to jail, and if so, for how long. And you know, you know, alcohol is not gonna leave. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna be here. I just hope, you know, I used to be a police officer, so like, I really hope that police officers put more effort to try to crack down on the drunk drivers. I've have people that I know and friends that pretty much got a lot of DUIs, and you know, regular people get DUIs. Regular people drive drunk, and this is a problem. You know what I mean? They're not like necessarily people that intentionally want to hurt other people. But the fact of the matter is, when you drink and you drive, and you take the life of somebody like this, or you hurt them so badly, I mean, who's at fault? You're at fault. And I say, people should just stop drinking altogether. You know, but it could happen to me. You know, I'm sitting here talking right now. 10 years from now, I could be the one that's run down by a car. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna stop biking. I just have to be safe, and you know, just basically choose where I ride more, like, be more intelligently. Like, I don't want to ride on like a very busy street. I want to make sure when it's nighttime, try not to ride in the nighttime. But if I do ride in the nighttime, make sure I have some bright lights, and I do. I have like some really bright lights. And try not to ride in the nighttime. Have my lights, the back and the front light. Ride safe, and sometimes, hey, you know, if I feel like I need to ride on the sidewalk because there's too many cars on the road, then I'm gonna do that.
Don't get a ticket.
Or I'm gonna go on the side. Make sure. Usually, what I do, I go on the side streets where there's not that many cars, and go in the streets where the cars don't go that fast. But there's certain roads in Chicago where, like Sheridan Road, it's like full of cars and there's not that much room. It's just not smart to ride over there.
Very scratchy.
You know, so just you gotta be careful. And I don't know, I just keep promoting people to stop drinking. And if at the very least, if you're not gonna stop drinking, then don't drive at least, you know?
Yep.
Alright, anything else?
No, that's it. Oh, well, hold on. In case if you guys didn't hear me, what I said earlier was, I believe by now it's probably at least 6,000 people who have signed that petition that he should not, that the drunk driver should not be getting a parole out for this, and that he should just be put in jail for what he did because he's an idiot again, once again, an alcoholic, moron. How dare he? So
what if it was me?
I'll go find him and I'll go kill him myself. Put him against a tree, tie him up, and run the car into his body. That's what I do. Alright, that's it.